Rejoining the fifth-generation jet program, F-35, is a goal, and it is already in our joint position paper, which was signed by the leaders of the Six Nations Alliance, said Sevicos. Turkey has lost 2 years, and the elements of production that Turkey used to be responsible for have been taken over by other parties. Acknowledging that it will be difficult to enter into the F-35 project, Sevicos added, but the idea here is a matter of continuing the main defense industry cooperation between Turkey and the US. The F-35 is only a fifth-generation project. There will be further technology development in the future, for the establishment of a sixth generation, perhaps. This prospect also seems plausible to Gilani. The Biden administration will be very happy with the new government, so there is a possibility that Turkey will return to America's fifth-generation fighter jet program. 800 of its F-35 parts are being produced in Turkey. After Ankara refused to heed threats from Washington, the White House decided to remove Turkey from the F-35 program. However, Kılıçdaroğlu had other intentions. His latest statement brings us to a new relationship with Washington. He promised his party would work to get new F-16s in a $20 billion deal. Last but not least, Kılıçdaroğlu wants the F-35 to fly over Turkey's skies. In simple words, this means excluding the operational capabilities of the Russian S-400. The latest announcement paints a different view on the unit cost of Turkey's fighter jets. According to him last week, the cost of Khan may be a bit more expensive than planned. The U.S. Lockheed F-35 Lightning II fighter jet, which Turkey never received, is currently valued at $75 million without engines, according to open-source information. With the F-35 engine, it costs up to 85 million United States dollars. Of course, the price of the F-35 is even lower than Kaan's previously announced price, as the fighter has been on the market for a decade and is being purchased by dozens of countries. Related to this, TAI intends to produce 2 Khan fighters per month. This production capacity should be achieved by 2029. I have a lot of logic in the claim that Turkey insisted on returning to the program first without immediately asking for fighter jets. The F-35 is a fifth-generation fighter, but it is paving the way for sixth-generation fighters. This is a completely new technology that Turkey does not want to usurp. According to situation analysts, Turkey and the US may reach some kind of agreement. The S-400 has been activated and incorporated into the country's air defense structures. However, Turkey may take a step back. That is for Ankara to maintain the system but never use it in joint operations with its Western partners. However, it is not clear whether such a move will appease Washington. Ankara was excluded from the F-35 program for buying Russia's S-400 surface-to-air missile platform, despite repeated warnings from its NATO allies, including the US, who fear it also poses a risk to the NATO alliance. As the F-35, America's most expensive weapons platform, the US tried to dissuade Turkey from buying the S-400 by offering to sell its Patriot air defense systems. In a last-ditch effort, he also offered to keep Turkey in the F-35 program if Ankara decides to decommission its S-400s. But the US tied it down, a precondition being that American military officials would inspect the status of the S-400, something Erdogan said was a violation of Turkish sovereignty. In 2021, the U.S. Congress passed the National Defense Authorization Act, which required Turkey to remove the S-400 from its territory in order to lift the sanctions imposed on Ankara. All eyes are now on the May 14th elections, in which Kılıçdaroğlu represents the six-party alliance of nations and seeks to end Erdogan's 20-year rule. A veteran bureaucrat and longtime leader of the Social Democratic Republican People's Party, CHP, Kılıçdaroğlu is said to be ahead of the sitting president by a small margin. Kılıçdaroğlu's win will likely put the $20 billion deal for 40 Lockheed Martin Block 70 F-16 fighter jets, along with upgrades to the F-16s currently in its fleet, on the right track. The U.S., earlier this week, stamped a $259 million United States dollars F-16 modernization package, and the Turkish parliament approved Finland joining NATO. Regarding the Turkish F-35, Washington has never unequivocally claimed that there is no more room for Turkey in the F-35 program. One of the first conditions for Turkey to return was the exclusion of the Russian S-400 systems from Turkish air defenses. However, the new presidential candidate is tight-lipped about whether he would agree to such a move to sit back in negotiations with America. At the same time, local analysts say not to attribute the defeat to Erdogan, even though his opponent is in the lead. The current president of Turkey has the entire state machine at his disposal in the upcoming elections this Sunday. For example, some gave television appearances 24 minutes of running time on state television Kılıçdaroğlu against 21 hours for Erdogan. As far as the S-400s are concerned, they have been deployed in Turkey by now. So the only concession is that Turkey will keep them but not put them into operation if it gets an alternative from the West. Even if it is done, everything will be done secretly. After 21 years of Erdogan's rule, there is a possibility of rapprochement between the US and Turkey if he is removed from power in the upcoming elections. Erdogan has drifted away from the values underpinning the transatlantic alliance of which Turkey is also a member. The US has also never seen a Turkish leader and government that is so anti-American in its ethos. Therefore, the change of leadership will certainly strengthen relations between the two countries.